It's been a while since Bowser's last try to kidnap Princess Peach. The whole land is at peace and everyone enjoys Bowser's absence. But while Bowser's inactivity is clearly fortunate, it also raises a question. If Bowser isn't trying to kidnap Princess Peach, what is he doing instead? Princess Peach sent her best spies to investigate Bowser's activities, and they came back with unsettling news. It appears as if Bowser spent all his time, energy and forces to construct a huge tower. The spies were able to reach this tower and they reported that many Magikoopas seemed to live there, but they were unable to enter it. There seem to be really high security measures. What's going on there? The Kidnapping Prevention Act of 2016 forces the Mushroom Kingdom to investigate suspicious activities immediately. And so Princess Peach sent Mario to find out what is going on. So you ready? Let's do this! After a long journey, Mario finally reached a place close to the tower. The tower is built on top of a mountain and the only way to reach it is by using these blocks on tracks. But riding the blocks towards the tower seems to be a dangerous undertaking, as there are not only saw blades which try to hurt our plumber, but Magikoopas which shoot towards his vehicle as well. Each magic missile that hits his block train makes one block disappear, making this ride harder the longer it goes on. Wow, there seem to be really high security measures surrounding the tower. What's going on here? Why is Bowser trying to prevent anyone from entering the tower? Anyway, Mario can't be stopped by a couple of Magikoopas, and so he finds himself in the first room of the tower. There are 4 question blocks here that can be activated by jumping towards them, but it appears as if jumping towards them does nothing. It looks like this is a puzzle. Maybe there's something on the other side of this pipe. Well, weird. The only thing on the other side of the pipe are tons of imprisoned Magikoopas shooting towards question blocks like crazy. This doesn't help. What's going on here? Our plumber needs to find a key which unlocks these doors if he wants to venture deeper into the tower, but there is nothing he can do to get a key. It clearly has something to do with these question blocks. Maybe he's forced to trigger them in the right order. But how is he supposed to learn this code? Maybe he missed something on the lower floor. Wait a moment, that's weird. Some of these question blocks disappeared completely while others reappeared. Maybe there is a secret message hidden behind these blocks. Maybe Mario needs to make use of these vines so that all question blocks get destroyed in order to reveal a hidden message. It's definitely worth a try. Wow, our plumber was right. Destroying all the blocks reveals a hidden message. 4, 3, 1, 2. That has to be the order in which the question blocks need to be triggered. So this one is first, this one second, this one is the third one, and the one on the left is the last. And Mario got the key. Hooray! So how does this work? The code at the bottom appears because in some question blocks are vines, while in the others are coins. Question blocks with vines respawn if the room is reloaded, while normal question blocks don't. The combination lock uses a very simple spring and spiny trick. All the shells but one get blocked by question blocks containing vines. If the one shell gets activated that isn't blocked, it triggers a spiny, which destroys the question block, which blocked the next shell. This shell opens up the next number and so on, until the final shell is no longer blocked and is able to kill the spiny that holds the key. Wow, it looks like Bowser got really creative while building the defense system for this tower. But why? What is Bowser hiding? Why does he try by all available means to keep people outside? Mario has to find out. The next room contains a small but interesting Magikoopa boss fight. Here our plumber bounces around like crazy, while Winged Magikoopa shoots PlayStation button missiles towards him. There are only 3 spots where the Magikoopa can teleport to, and only one of these spots can be reached by Mario. If a Magikoopa were swings, it takes 2 hits to kill it, so Mario needs to bounce around in such a way that the Magikoopa teleports to the spot where he can attack it, in order to get the key which leads him to the next room of the tower. Okay, so what is Mario supposed to do here? There's a Magikooper to his left, which he can't reach. At the bottom there are chained jumps which swing madly around and try to eat our plumber. At the end of the room there are two doors. One of them only opens after a P-switch is pressed, and there are two unreachable P-switches. If Mario takes the first door, he's teleported back to the beginning. Another puzzle. But how is Mario supposed to solve this one? Maybe it has something to do with this Magikooper. Maybe Mario has to guide one of its missiles all the way to the right. Maybe this triggers the P-switches. The missile destroys one of the question blocks, but it doesn't appear like this activates the P-switch. What is our plumber supposed to do here? There is nothing to the left which helps him, and there is nothing to the... Oh, the P-switch just got activated. That's because of a neat little trick. If a bullet blaster is placed on top of a block, it disappears once it is loaded. But if a Magikooper shoots at this block, the block disappears, but the bullet blaster appears once loaded and drops onto the P-switch. And while we are talking about P-switches, from our ongoing series, what is the most complicated way to trigger a P-switch? I proudly present the Magikooper solution. While we wait for the P-switch to get triggered, I've got a small announcement to make. While Mario prepares for his next adventure called Odyssey, we are going to take a look on Mario's previous adventures. Namely at Super Mario 64. We're going to take a closer look on all the 120 stars Mario saved in his first 3D adventure. And we'll talk about all the crazy little stories that happened to him in the magical paintings in Peach's Castle. Starting tomorrow with the 7 stars of Bob-omb's Battlefield. Meanwhile, Mario has made his way deeper down into the mysterious tower. Now he faces a small guardian Magikooper. Magikoopers with wings usually take 2 hits to kill, but this one takes 3. That's because there's a small Goomper hidden on top of it, which extends its health bar. If something is placed on top of Magikoopers, they stop to teleport around, which is often pretty useful. Anyway, our plumber manages to defeat this guardian. But what was he guarding? There are enemies imprisoned in cages. It appears as if a huge portion of this tower is actually underground. Is this not a tower, but a prison? And if it is, what is imprisoned here? And why are there so many security measurements that make it almost impossible to reach the dungeon below the tower? What's going on? There are even more imprisoned enemies deeper below the tower. And it looks as if the lowest floor can only be accessed by solving a puzzle. Mario isn't able to go through this pipe. If he wants to proceed, he needs to find a way to trigger a P-switch. Sadly for Mario, this pipe does not spawn P-switches, but Magikoopers. The only P-switches in this area are in this cage to his left, but it is impossible to reach them. It looks like there is another puzzle in place to prevent anyone to enter the lowest floor of this dungeon. Have you already figured out how to solve it? Okay, so here's the solution. Mario needs to climb these vines and then he needs to spawn a Magikooper. Magikoopers can only teleport to tiles which are in Mario's sight. So if Mario climbs a little bit upwards, once the magical Kooper has teleported, he's able to force it to teleport directly on top of the P-switches, which triggers them. Hooray! Mario is now pretty close to the final part of the dungeon below the tower. There's only one last cell left. What does Bowser hold captive in there? If Mario wants to find out, he first needs to dodge the magic missiles which are shot by Magikoopers who live in the walls until a double wiggler trigger expires. Why is Bowser trying so hard to keep people out from the lowest layer of his prison? Or could it be? Are the security measures not here to keep someone out, but to keep something in? Has Bowser created a being so dangerous that even the evil Koopa King himself is afraid? Oh my god, what is imprisoned here? Mario has to find out. Whatever it is probably dangerous. A mole? A Monty mole? All this to imprison a mole? I mean, this mole looks really strong. In fact, this mole is probably the strongest mole Mario has ever seen. But why would Bowser imprison this mole under such high safety precautions? Maybe this mole has some knowledge about Bowser. Maybe this mole is the key to stop all of Bowser's evil plans. Maybe this mole is Bowser's secret weakness. Maybe Mario should release it. But maybe this mole is dangerous and it's better to keep him down here. Mario decides to Release him. What could possibly go wrong?
Mamma mia!
Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, and maybe you feel especially released today and want to hit the subscribe button as well. I hope you have a wonderful day and to see you soon. Goodbye!